The following is a presentation of WGAA Sports.
It's a no-hitter, and the Dogs win the region.
Here's a ball hit deep to left field. Back to the wall. It is gone. Listen to this crowd.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA. Broadcasting online at WGAAradio.com and streaming on the TuneIn Radio app and Facebook Live. And now, let's head down to the field for today's action.
Welcome into Cedartown High School Bulldog Baseball on the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network. Andrew Carter along with Sam Branch as we're ready for Game 2 of the series here, back at the Dog Pound finally.
It's a beautiful afternoon, Andrew Carter. The Bulldogs coming off of a big 18-1 win against the Southeast, of course, in Dalton on Monday, looking to pick up wins here in Game 2 and 3 of the season. The Bulldogs want to take care of business here, but, Andrew, we do have our sights set on what could be a region championship winning series next week against the Sonoraville Phoenix. We will be keeping up with those games today. Of course, Sonoraville will take on Heritage this afternoon as well. We'll try to keep you up to date on those scores just to let you know kind of where we stand. But, of course, first things first, the Bulldogs have to take care of business here at home against the Raiders. First pitch on the way from Xavier Holiday is hit over to the right side, and it is foul. First up to bat for this Southeast team is number 2. I haven't loaded up yet, so we'll get his name in just a moment. Pitch on the way from Holiday, and that one is in there for a called strike 2. It's Couch up to bat for Southeast. Pitch on the way, swing and miss, strike 3. Xavier Holiday retires Couch on 3 straight pitches.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 8, Alden Patterson.
Alden Patterson now comes up to bat for Southeast. X looks in, gets the sign from Eli Barra, who's behind the plate for this Game 1. That one is fouled straight back. Patterson now in. And pitch on the way from Holiday, and that's hit to the right side. Denvernell, one hops it, fires over to first base for out number 2. Defensively for the Bulldogs, it's set up very similar to what we're accustomed to. We'll go from third to first. It's Ace Allen, Dylan Cupp, Denvernell.
For the Raiders, number 6, Brady Easley.
And, of course, Dingler over at right. Beasley will now be the batter. Or Inslee, will now be the batter for Southeast. Out in the outfield, actually, from left to right, you've got Chance White. Tony Ware in center field today. Pitch on the way, and that is a swing and a miss to Inslee. And Britt Baxter will get the start here in Game 1 in right field. Pitch on the way from Holiday, and that's hit up the middle, and it's going to get through by a diving Dylan Cupp. And Brady Inslee will stand at first. That is the first hit for this Southeast team here in the top of the first inning, still scoreless. Brett Cole will come to the plate.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Brett Cole.
Cole getting the start at first base today for Southeast. Holiday gets set, pitch on the way. That one is in the dirt and underneath the catcher's mitt of Eli Barra. It'll roll to the backstop, and Inslee is going to move up to second base. So Southeast now with the runner at second base and 2 outs.
By the way, Sam wanted to mention Cedartown has a brand new scoreboard that was just installed since the last time we were here. Looks really nice.
It does. Really pops out there with the Bulldogs at the top. And that one is a chopper to the left side. Allen fields, fires onto first base for the out. So Southeast is able to get one on the base pads, but he's stranded at second. We'll go to the bottom of the first, still scoreless here at the Doghouse. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on the Cedartown Sports Network.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. nobody knows trucks or people like Pete State Florida.
Pound 866-872-6660.
Livewire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Livewire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Livewire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and price to sell. Livewire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big Double A.
Welcome back to Cedartown High School Bulldogs Baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. Cedartown allowed a hit in the top of the inning, but that was it. He was left stranded. For the Southeast Raiders, it'll be starting pitcher Braden Lay who will get the start. Grant MacArthur will be behind the plate. And at third base is Brady Inslee. Shortstop Jesse Nava. At second base is Johnny Vega. And at first is Brett Cole. In the outfield, you got Aiden Patterson. In left, center field is Elijah Couch. And in right field, that is Alden Patterson is in right field. And in left field is Mason Williams. For the Bulldogs, their starting lineup will be Dylan Cupp, the shortstop. Tony Ware batting second. Batting third will be X Holiday, who's the starting pitcher. Catcher Eli Barrow will be batting in the cleanup role. Cole Dingler, the first baseman, batting fifth. Britt Baxter, the right fielder, sixth. Denver Nell, seventh at second base. Chance White batting eighth in left field. And Ace Allen, the third baseman, is batting in the 9 hole. And to tell you about the bottom of the first, Sam Branch.
Thank you, Andrew. Of course, we mentioned it briefly right at the top of the game, but absolutely beautiful afternoon for high school baseball
sure is.
Here in Cedartown. If you are listening and want to come out and enjoy this game in person, come on out. Still plenty of time. And, of course, we'll have a game 2. It should get underway probably around 7:30. First pitch on the way to Cup is taken low and away for ball 1. Of course, as we mentioned as well, Cedartown picked up a big win against this team on Monday night by a final score of 18-1. Southeast comes in to tonight's contest, Andrew, with only one win on the season. 1-22 overall, and that one win was a region win against Northwest Whitfield. Second pitch on the way to Cup. Takes it over the inside corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Now on the Bulldogs shortstop.
I want to say it was one of the first times in maybe a couple of decades that Southeast had beaten Northwest Whitfield at baseball.
Lay gets set. Pitch on the way. That one short hops it up to the catcher. Ball 2. The new scoreboard, as we mentioned, has Bulldog baseball across the top with the Bulldog logo on top of a baseball, just kind of peering over that Bulldog baseball. It looks really nice out there. And, of course, the field is in immaculate condition, especially after all of the rain that we received over the last part of last week and over the weekend. Pitch on the way to Cup, and that one is drilled to the left side. That one's going to be deep. If it gets down, it's probably trouble. And a diving catch is not made. Cup is on his way to second. He's going to be at third, and it looks like he'll be there with a stand-up triple. Dylan Cupp strikes hard and fast here in the bottom of the first for the Bulldogs, and we're in business with a runner at third.
Sam, that ball was almost out of here. It was he just got underneath it, but he hit it to the deepest part over there in left field. The left fielder, Williams, just out of his grasp.
And with the wind blowing from right to left, my concern was before it got down, it was going to be foul, and that's why I was hoping for it to get down because I didn't think it had enough to carry out. But luckily, that ball just stays fair, and so that brings up Tony Ware, the center fielder for the Bulldogs today. Pitch on the way is taken upstairs, ball 1. Interesting walk-up music selection for the Bulldogs this afternoon. Tony Ware coming up to a little Miley Cyrus, if I'm correct in that.
Hey, whatever works, you know.
And that one's in there for a called strike 1 against Ware.
My walk-up song would be Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, just like Chipper Jones.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, you know, I grew up.
I mean, that's our error, though.
But, you know, Chipper Jones, you know, made that song famous.
Breaking pitch catches outside corner, strike 2 on Ware. He did, and that's one of those things, you know, it's kind of like a wrestler's walk-up music. As soon as you heard it, you knew exactly what was about to happen, and it gave you goosebumps, and you were ready to go. We need Ware to be ready to go here. 1-2. Count, pitch on the way, and that one is also hit deep to the left side, but the left fielder will drift over towards center. He'll make the grab. Tagging at third is Cup. He's on his way in, and he will be there safely standing up, and the Bulldogs strike early and have a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fly ball plenty deep enough to get Dylan Cup home. He scores after hitting the triple. That will bring up Xavier Holiday, the pitcher.
Your Bulldogs, number 4, Xavier Holiday.
I love it.
X Holiday will try to help himself here.
Lay looks in. Gets the sign pitch on the way. That one's going to be inside. Did it hit him?
Yep.
It did. I think it got him right across the shoe tops. Wherever it was pretty low and
soft.
Did not affect him at all. So Holiday will jog down to first, and the Bulldogs have a runner on first and only one out. And that's going to bring up the Barbie girl.
Your Bulldogs, number 12.
I wouldn't call him that to his face, though. I can assure you that. But that's going to bring up number 12, Eli Barrow, for the Bulldogs. The center.
Is this like a theme here?
I guess so. Senior catcher stands in. I like it. Lay looks in, and we've got time called, and that one was almost any shirt.
I thought it nicked his jersey too, but
they
called a balk or a illegal pitch because X Holiday is heading to second base, so no pitch. And X Holiday standing at second base. This happened a few times when we were playing Southeast on Monday. Some illegal pitches, balks were called.
So Barrow stands in with Holiday at second base. Pitch on the way, swing and miss, strike one. Looks like a little off-speed pitch. Might have had Eli fooled. And so Lay gets ahead 0-1 on the count.
By the way, the Dogs are sporting the camouflage tops for the first time this season with the black pants, black socks.
And that one is hit to the left side, but right at the shortstop, but he missed it. It's going to be into left field. Here goes Xavier Holiday. He's going to go to third. He's going to round third. On his way home, will there be a play at the plate? No. And Xavier Holiday scores standing up from second. Eli Barrow at second base, and the Bulldogs are up 2-0 here early in the bottom of the first inning.
We'll send out a courtesy runner for the catcher. It's like Jack Roper. We'll head out there to run for him.
Pinch running for your Bulldogs.
All right, let's listen in for the walk-up music.
Roper.
Yeah, I want to hear what it is.
Cyndi Lauper, my friends.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 8, Cole Dingler.
So Dingler will come to the plate.
This is hilarious.
With one on and one out. Monday's game ended in 5 innings. We'll see how quickly we can dispose of the Raiders here in game 1 before moving on to game 2 of this doubleheader. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off to the right side.
Two 2-0 the score. Cedartown on top with a couple of hits so far here in the first inning.
Dingler stands in. Long look in by Lay. Now he's ready to go. Checks the runner back at second. Now the pitch is on the way, and that one is again fouled off back behind the press box. And we got a ball back in play. I think we're finally ready to go back to work. 0-2 the count on the Bulldog first baseman. Only one out here so far. Dingler digs in. Ready to go. Pitch on the way. And that one is outside. Ball 1. And Jack Roper takes a shoulder into third base, and he's got a stolen base, but he went into third hard. I think he's good to go. They'll check on him, and he is. I think he might have hit a bit of a soft spot there going into third. But the Bulldogs now have a runner at third and only one out. 1-2 the count on Dingler. Pitch on the way from Lay, and that one is going to be upstairs, ball 2. Long look in by Lay again. Now he's set and ready to go. And pitch on the way. That one's going to be well outside. He gets away from the catcher. Jack Roper will break for home and slide. No, he stands up, and he gets there safely. And the Bulldogs are up 3-0, Andrew Carter. Every base runner for the Bulldogs so far has scored.
Striking early, striking often.
They've got a commanding lead here in the first 3-0 over the Southeast Raiders.
And still only one out, too.
And a full count now on Dingler, who battled back from 0-2. Lay looks in. Base pad's now empty. One out. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the left side. It's going to get down. Dingler will be aboard.
That is the third hit of this inning.
Now
Brent
batting for the
Baxter.
Bulldogs.
You dog, you.
Number 5, Brent Baxter.
Little Rod Stewart for you.
I think we're just mixing it up today, aren't we?
So Brent Baxter will come to the plate with a runner at first.
But Brent would
And only one
appreciate
out.
that.
Oh, absolutely.
He would appreciate that music. His mom's request. I love it.
Runner goes. Fire down to second base is late, and Dingler has a stolen base. The pitch was a strike, but the Bulldogs now have a runner moved over to second.
So that was Melanie's call, huh?
I bet Britt's Uncle Todd would also appreciate that.
I would think so.
Lay has faced 5 batters, thrown 18 pitches so far. This will be number 19, pitch on the way, and that one is fouled back. Out of those now 19 pitches, Andrew, 12 of them have been strikes, so he's not having trouble really locating the strike zone. It's just that the Bulldogs are all over it.
Well, when he gets to the zone, his pitches don't have much movement, and when they do, they're slow enough to where the Dogs are able to level off and blast them. We've already had some very hard-hit balls in this inning.
We have Baxter in an 0-2 hole here, though. He'll shorten up, get defensive pitch on the way, and that one is skied up in foul territory. Nobody knows where it is, and it will reach the bleachers there. So Baxter stays alive, and I don't think anybody is going to be taking home a goose egg, as it sounded like it just hit off the bleachers and not a noggin. Zach Tillery, I believe, has recovered that foul ball. The young man from Cedartown, Georgia, as Chip Carey would say. Although we can positively say,
Yeah, we can.
that fan
We're 100% positive.
is from Cedartown, Georgia.
Yes.
He is not from Dahlonega
No.
or whatever other random town Chip would call out. Pitch on the way. That one is taken high and away, ball 1, excuse me. So Britt battling back here, staying alive with the foul ball now. 1-2 the count after the pitch that was up and away from Lay. Lay will check the runner at second. Now pitch on the way. That one is going to be in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, but the runner will not advance. MacArthur did a good job to keep that one corralled in front of him. And Britt's evened up the count at 2-2. Lay looks in. Checks the runner at second. Pitch on the way. That one's going to be right in the back, right at the number 5 in the middle of his back, and Britt Baxter will trot down to first base after being hit in the back.
Britt was hit twice on Monday.
Wow.
And Eli, I think, was hit twice.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 11, Denver Nail.
Maybe that should have been Britt's.
Well, Denver has been hit by pitch quite a bit, too.
So Denver Nail will come to the plate for the Bulldogs to a little Britney Spears action.
Yeah, Denver Brittany Nail here.
7th batter of the inning for the Bulldogs. Runners at first and second, only one out. Bulldogs have a 3-0 lead over the Southeast Whitfield Raiders, and that one is hit to shallow left field. That one is going to drop. One run is going to score. Baxter thought about moving to third, but he will hold up at second. And so Denvernell gets an RBI single and stands at first base.
It's more like hit me baseball one more time.
Man, that was good.
I'm here all day.
And when we say all day, we mean it tonight. We'll be here for a while.
Chance
White up to bat for the Dogs.
8th man in the lineup for Cedartown here. Still only one out here in the bottom half of the first. He'll look in, and here's the pitch. Didn't mean to, fouled it back, strike one. Chance White in left field today for the Bulldogs. Brett Baxter in right. By the way, the Raiders in their, I call them black pinstripe jerseys. Raiders across the front, numbers on the front in white.
Lay comes set, pitch on the way, and that one is going to be outside. A good stop again by MacArthur. It almost reminds, doesn't Vanderbilt have similar pinstripe uniforms?
Kind of. I would say that's pretty similar. They have a very classic logo on their hat, that pointy SE on it, kind of like the...
That one's hit to the left side of the third baseman. He will gather, step on third, fire over to first, but not in time. So they get the lead runner at third and will reset at first and second with 2 outs.
Kind of like the New York Mets
yep.
Logo. So the 9th man will come to the plate here with 2 outs, and that of Ace Allen. And Ace Allen has been such a big...
Ace Allen.
He's been a not a big surprise, but he's been a very reliable bat for his age. He has done a wonderful job for the Bulldogs when he's been called upon to play third base, and when he's a DH, he's always a reliable bat.
So Allen comes to the plate with a runner at first and second and 2 outs. Pitch on the way, and that one is going to be taken outside, ball one. Lay trying his best to get out of this inning. This is the 9th batter of the inning that he has faced. Allen came to the plate to a little Katy Perry action.
I can respect that.
I can. I don't hate that. Pitch on the way, and that one is taken upstairs. Ball 2. So Allen will dig in. Ahead in the count, 2-0. Lay checks the runner at second. Fires home, and that one is hit to the left side, but that one is going to be fouled down the third base side. So Ace will reset and do it again. Andrew, we are a couple of weeks into the Major League season. Braves, of course, have been doing well so far, but the big story, I think, is the clock and the amount of time that it is shaved off on the games. You've had a chance to watch several games this season. I've had a chance to watch several. What are your thoughts on it so far?
Well, I'll let this pitch happen first, and I'll tell you.
Pitch on the way to Allen. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
What it's done is it's made Major League Baseball games the same length as high school games, just about. Actually, I don't mind it, honestly. You don't really notice it much when you're watching TV, and you don't notice it much until someone commits a violation. If you're listening on radio, it's so fast-paced, the radio announcers don't have much time to say anything.
Pitch on the way from Lay. That one's going to be in the dirt. So Ace Allen will run the count full to 3-2. And for some radio listeners, they're probably saying, thank goodness I wish you guys didn't have as much time to say some of the things you do. But I've noticed that as well, and I agree. You don't really see that big of a difference, like you said, unless you see the violation. I think that on average it's shaving, between 20 and 30 minutes off of each game. Full count, and he chases the runner back to second, but no throw to second.
One thing that's really obvious to me that's different are the bases. I mean, they got pizza boxes out there.
They do. Good grief.
Yeah, not large pizzas.
Yeah.
large Zorba pizza box.
Payoff pitch on the way to Allen, and that one is fouled right at the plate, so he will stay alive. Ozzie Albies looks even smaller standing on one of those things. Now, I have not been able to watch a Astros game to see how big Altuve looks on one of those bases, but my guess is about yay big. Like I have any room to talk, Carson. Like, that's true.
Yeah, when Ozzie hit his 100th home
Yep.
run, had that big oversized hat on, looked like a little kid. That's the best thing I saw on the internet this morning. That was great.
3-2 the count on Ace Allen. Runner at first and second for the Bulldogs. 2 out. 4-0 your score. Payoff pitch hit to the left side. The shortstop will gather. Throw on to first. Short hops it, and it is not in. Yes.
They called him out.
They did call him out. Well, that'll do it for the bottom of the first. The Bulldogs strike for 4. They leave 2. 4-0 is your score. We'll go to the top of the second. You're listening to Cedartown High School baseball right here on the Big AA.
Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com. Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
Cedartown Bulldogs baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. Andrew Carter along with Sam Branch here from the Dog Pound. Cedartown striking for 4 in the first inning, 4 runs on 4 hits.
Number 4,
Jesse Nava will lead it off for the Southeast Raiders here as we begin the second inning. And here's Sam.
Thank you, Andrew. It will be Nava. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 spots due up for Southeast here in the top of the second inning. Xavier Holiday had a very efficient first inning. Threw 9 pitches, faced 4 batters. 8 of those were strikes, and he starts off Nava with a strike as Nava fouls it off at the plate. And you know, Andrew, the Bulldogs didn't do really anything spectacular there in the bottom of the first. Now, there were some really hard-hit balls. Of course, Cup started things off with a triple pitch on the way from Holiday, catches the inside corner, strike 2. But outside of that, they just played good, solid baseball, and they had good, solid contact with the ball. No base running errors. Exactly what you like to see. 0-2 pitch on the way. Looks like Holiday might be on the clock as that one is low and away for ball 1. He is working effectively and efficiently. Holiday comes set. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And Nava, the shortstop for the Raiders, is down on strikes. That'll bring up the catcher, Grant MacArthur.
Now batting for the Raiders.
You know, Sam, that's one thing that's
Grant MacArthur.
when Britt Baxter started the game on Monday, he's also a very fast worker. He would blend right in with college and minors and the pros as far as the pace of game goes.
First pitch on the way from Holiday, and that's hit up the middle. Dendronell will charge. Now fire over to first, and squeezed by Dingler for out number 2.
Yeah, had plenty of time to throw, just made sure that he got a good footing and double clutch and threw over to first base and got him by 2 or 3 steps.
Now batting for
Good
the
play
Raiders,
there by
number
your
7,
middle infield
Mason
for the Bulldogs.
Williams.
That's going to bring up the left fielder for Southeast, Mason Williams. Holiday has given up 1 hit so far, and that came against Inslee, the third baseman. Pitch on the way. Ooh, and Williams was out there just fishing, and he swings and misses for strike number 1. Holiday gets set. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss again. Strike 2.
If I was Holiday, I'd go there again.
I'd
and see
throw
if
it
he'd swing
right back in the same place. I could not agree with you more. He sets up inside, though, and there it is. Called strike 3.
Threw him the heat.
And the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. The Bulldogs up by 4 as we go to the bottom of the second. You're listening to Cedartown High School baseball here on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA. Back after this.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Bradford's Drugstore on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drugstore, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford's say, go Dogs.
Cedartown High School baseball is on the Big AA.
A very quick top of the second inning. Xavier Holliday, very, very efficient. He's got 3 strikeouts already on his card through 2 innings of work and 1 hit allowed. The Dogs 4 runs on 4 hits to this point. 4 hits and the 4 runs, of course, coming in the bottom half of the first. And it will be the top of the order once again. So 1 full trip through the lineup for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the first, and we'll start with the top of the lineup with Dylan Cupp, who tripled his last time up, and he will bat, and I can't wait to hear what music we'll hear this time.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, how effective and efficiently Xavier Holliday has been working. Lay, unfortunately, has not been able to work effective and efficiently. Andrew, he's already thrown 34 pitches, and he's only in his second inning of work. 20 of those have been strikes so far. He faced, as you said, the full 9 batters, so we will go back to the top of the order with Cupp, Ware, and Holliday. Of course, Dylan led the game off with a stand-up triple and would eventually come around to score, so we'll see what's in store for him here against Lay. Long look into MacArthur, and now we're ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one is outside, ball 1. Bulldogs' schedule next week is basically the same schedule that we had this week. On the road Monday as they go to Sonorville, and then at home for the doubleheader on Wednesday to wrap up the regular season and hopefully the region, and that is real to the left side and foul.
That one put a dent in the building over there.
It might have put a hole in the building as quickly as that one came off.
I'm telling you what,
oh my gosh.
That was smoked. 1 ball, 1 strike, but my goodness. I think everybody's live flashing in front of their faces.
Everybody is awake now.
Yeah, in black and white. My goodness, that was smoked.
So 1-1 to count now on the Bulldogs shortstop. Pitch on the way from Lay, and that one is in the dirt outside. Ball 2. 2 balls. 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second inning. Lay looks in. Sign for MacArthur. And pitch on the way. And that one is hit to the left side, and that one's going to be through the gap. And Dylan Cupp will jog down to first base, and he will have a leadoff single here in the bottom of the second inning.
Cupp is 2 for 2.
That's going to bring up Tony Ware. That one might be one of my favorites.
Number 13.
Want to congratulate the Cedartown High School boys and girls tennis teams. The boys team finished second in the region.
Way to go.
And will be playing in the state tournament, from my understanding. And the girls team finished third in the region. Both of those squads were in action on Monday and Tuesday up in Dalton. So congratulations to both of those teams. Runner goes, and they might have a play, slide, and no. That's how quick he is. The pitcher threw over to first, but Dylan Cupp was already on his way down to second base, and he slides in safely. So Cupp picks up a stolen base and stands at second.
Yeah, that's what you call game-changing speed.
It is.
And that's exactly what that was just then, game-changing speed. Able to move up and put himself in scoring position for Tony Ware.
Ware, of course, with a sacrifice fly that scored Cupp in the first inning. looking to get his first hit of the afternoon. Takes that pitch upstairs, ball one.
Are you ready now? Let's go right here.
Tony digs in. Lay checks the runner at second in Cup. Now comes home and pitch on the way. That one is a breaking ball that hung up way upstairs. 2-0 the count. The breeze blowing from right to left, as you can hear it in our microphone. It's kind of where it's been so far here, as that one is inside, gets away from MacArthur, but he's able to get it. No advancement of the runner, so Ware stands there with a 3-0 count. 3 balls, no strike. Runner at second, nobody out. And how cool is that?
Oh, yeah.
For those of you that don't know anything that I'm talking about, as pitch is on the way to Ware. Nope, they'll throw back to second, and Cup is back safely. They have a flat screen TV here mounted in the press box, and Andrew is able to get the YouTube live broadcast of our broadcast, and we're...
Yeah, just don't watch it because you'll get behind.
No, I'm going to keep my eyes on the prize.
There's a tad bit of a delay, but that's all right.
3-0 the count on Ware. Pitch on the way from Lay, and that one just catches the plate. Strike one. I think Tony was expecting that one to be called a ball. I don't think he liked that call very much. If it caught the strike zone, it was just a small.
I mean, that looks like it might have been outside, but the call was a strike. 3-1. The hitter's count now for Tony.
Pitch on the way, and that one is in the dirt and gets away from MacArthur, but again, he's able to track that one down. Tony Ware will go to first base, and the Bulldogs have runners at first and second, and nobody out. That'll bring up Xavier Holiday again. Holiday was hit by a pitch in his first at bat and would later come around to score a run. So Holiday still looking to pick up his first hit of the afternoon.
We'll also be updating you as we go on the score of the Heritage and Sonoraville games, because those games could possibly play some roles on what we have to do next week.
Pitch on the way, and that one is sky to second base as the shortstop drifts out and makes the grab in very shallow center field. So Holiday, the first out of the inning, and that will bring up number 12, Eli Barrow. There are not many people in high school that can walk up to Barbie Girl.
No.
But Eli Barrow is absolutely one of them. He comes to the plate with runners at first and second, and nobody out. Bulldogs still, one out. Bulldogs still with a 4-0 lead as that pitch is way outside, ball one. It was almost outside or beyond the other batter's box.
In the bottom of the second inning, Heritage leads Sonoraville 1-0. Sonoraville beat Heritage 7-4 on Monday.
Pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Barrow.
We'll be following that game. Periodic updates, we've got it pulled up on Game Changer, so we'll follow both the first and second games and let you know what's going to be happening. But here, Cedartown up 4-0.
Pitch on the way from Lay, and that one is hit to the left side. It is carrying, and it's going to get down all the way to the fence. The runner comes around third. Here comes Cup. Cup is going to score. Here comes Tony Ware. Ware humming it to home, and he is in there safe. Didn't even have to slide. 2-run score. Eli Barrow on second base, and the Bulldogs with a 6-0 lead over Southeast here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, that was a line drive rope shot to left center field. He crushed it, and it gets down to the wall. He's easily to second base. Jack Roper out to run for him.
Number 8. Cole
Dingler will be the batter. Cole is 1 for 1 with a run scored already in this ball game, but he, of course, batted in the previous inning, as did every Bulldog batter in the lineup. And 2 runs already in, and the Dogs in control early.
Long look in by Lay. Checks the runner at second in Jack Roper. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the left side, right to the third baseman. He'll look the runner back at second. Now fire over to first, pulls him off the bag, but the tag is applied. So they'll get the out at first, but Jack Roper will move over to third base. And so the Bulldogs will have a runner at third and 2 out, and that'll bring up the right fielder for the Bulldogs, Britt Baxter. Baxter was hit squarely in the back,
Now batting
right in the middle of the number five in his first
Britt
at bat.
Baxter.
So he comes to the plate still looking to pick up his first hit of the afternoon for this Bulldog offense. Pitch on the way. That one is in the dirt. Good stop there by MacArthur again. And Britt is quickly ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Lay gets set. Pitch on the way. That breaking ball broke just enough. Catches part of the plate. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike to count. Runner at third, 2 out. Pitch on the way.
I believe he went.
I believe he did too. He was trying to hold up his swing.
But they did not say he did. I'm
There's
surprised.
no call. No appeal.
Yeah.
Now the catcher will appeal.
Yep, he did.
And he did.
I was about to say, I thought he did go around, and Britt, of course, kind of smiles about it. He's like, "Yeah, I know I went, but he didn't. But I almost got away with it,
I know
though."
it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count on Baxter. Pitch on the way, and that one is tattooed to the left side. That one is going to carry. It's going to be long, and it is going to hit right at the warning track. Jack Roper around to score from third, and Britt Baxter, with it just about as long of a double as you can hit in this ballpark, stands at second base, and the Bulldogs are up 7-0.
I thought that ball might have been gone. You know, he hit his first home run, his first high school home run, back against Northwest Whitfield, and that ball,
it did.
He pulled it to left field. That one, of course, was left center field.
And Andrew, if you notice, the wind has shifted slightly, and it is now blowing more in than from right to left. So he did not have any help whatsoever in a little bit of a breeze, but Britt Baxter with a big double.
Denvernell with an RBI single his last time.
He'd love to pick up another one of those here. Pitch on the way from Lay. Takes that one low and away, ball 1. Lay now above the 50 pitch mark with 53 pitches, 30 of which have found the strike zone. He'll check Baxter at second now. Pitch on the way. That one is upstairs. Ball 2. MacArthur bounced up like he wanted to throw down to second and then lost it in the exchange, and Britt Baxter just kind of stood where he was and looked at him. The Cedartown girls soccer team will be on the road tomorrow. They will face the number 1 team in the North Oconee girls. Pitch on the way. That one is hit to the left side and high. The shortstop drifts out. He'll camp underneath, and that'll do it. Out number 3. But the Bulldogs strike for 3 and leave 1 aboard. It's 7-0. We'll go to the top of the third. Cedartown with a big lead here against Southeast Whitfield. You're listening to Cedartown Baseball here on the Cedartown Sports Network, the Big AA.
Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown Automotive is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. For oil changes, new tires, or tire repair, brake work, tune-ups, air conditioner service, or repair, think of Cedartown Automotive. Cedartown Automotive is a longtime supporter of Cedartown High School athletics here on WGAA. Cedartown Automotive on East Avenue in Cedartown. Give them a call today at 770-749-5040 or stop by their beautiful location for fast and friendly service. And all the folks at Cedartown Automotive say, go Dogs!
Cedartown High School school baseball is on the Big Double A.
7-0 the score. The Cedartown Bulldogs lead the Southeast Whitfield Raiders here at the Dog Pound. Score at the top of the third inning, Heritage 1, Sonoraville nothing. Both doubleheader games today at Sonoraville for the Heritage Generals. Heritage, of course, is down one game. We got a new pitcher out there for the Bulldogs warming up. It looks to be number, what's that? It's Gavin Allred. So Gavin Allred will give way, and he will, after X-Holiday goes 2 innings, giving up no runs on only one hit. X-Holiday will move over and play third base. So
now batting for the Raiders, number 10, Braden Lake.
Coach Johnson conserving our arms and trying to give some of our other pitchers some valuable play time, because we're going to need additional arms as we get into the playoffs.
Absolutely, we will. 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for the Raiders here in the top of the third. First pitch on the way to Lay, the starting pitcher for Southeast, takes in the dirt, ball 1. Allred working quickly as well. Pitch on the way, and that one is just a bit upstairs, ball 2. So 2-0 now the count. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit right back up the middle.
It's only the second base hit for the Raiders so far today.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 1, Johnny Vega.
Well struck there, that little rope shot right back where it came from. And here's Vega. Vega was the starting pitcher on Monday.
Vega getting the start at second base today. Allred gets set. Pitch on the way to him is taken upstairs. Ball 1. Holiday, as you said, went 2 innings, faced 7 hitters, gave up 1 hit, recorded 3 strikeouts. And Andrew, he only threw 17 pitches. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss by Vega, strike 1. 1-1 now the count on the Raiders' second baseman. Red comes set, pitch on the way, and that one in there for a called strike 2.
That's a mustard on it. Dijon mustard.
Absolutely. Pitch on the way, and that's a chopper, but will go foul over down the third base line. So Vegas stays alive.
Coach Evans retrieves that. By the way, Coach Evans announced today that he will be leaving the Bulldogs baseball program and heading to Model to coach the Blue Devils. So we wish him the very best, but he'll, of course, be with us for the rest of the year. He's meant a lot to this program.
Chopper up the middle. Dylan Cup turns. They'll go to second, on to first for the 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, the Bulldogs have 2 away.
Plenty
in
of
the
time.
top of the third.
Plenty of time to turn that. It was a slow roller, but you had the right folks on base to turn double play.
Yeah, when you got a middle infield like that, they make those types of plays
Now
look
batting
easy.
for the Raiders, number 2.
We'll go back to the top of the
Couch.
order. Elijah Couch, the center fielder, victim of a strikeout, his first at bat, which came to lead off the game back in the top of the first inning. Stand in with 2 outs and nobody on. Pitch on the way from Allred. Tipped into the catcher's mitt, strike 1. Allred gets the sign from Barrow. And ready to go. Pitch on the way. That one is in the dirt. Even up the count, ball 1, strike 1.
Also wanted to mention, too, that the Cedartown High School FFA Club and the College of Career Academy are having their plant sale this week.
They are. I've got a couple of tomato plants, I believe, that somebody has reserved for me, thank goodness. That one's low, ball 2. Got to pick those up. They've got flowers. They also have
tomatoes.
Some tomato plants. They've got some other vegetable plants as well, I believe. So be sure to support those folks. Today, tomorrow, Friday?
That's right. After school.
And that one is in the Dirt Ball 3. That's a program that came about after both you and I left high school. It's one of those that was very popular back well before you and I were in school and has now made a resurgence here lately.
Well, it's really good because first the pitch.
Hit to the right side, and that was going to be over Denver Nail's head, so Britt Baxter will come in and get that. And Couch gets his first base hit of the afternoon, the third base hit of the afternoon for Southeast, and it will put a runner at first with 2 out.
Now batting for the Raiders.
It'll bring up the right fielder,
Alden
number 8,
Patterson.
Alden Patterson. Patterson, not sure what he did back in the second inning.
We'll try to find that.
Swing and a miss, strike 1. Was he hit by a pitch?
Throw down the first base, runner back.
I am not sure.
This was Patterson?
Yep. You'll have to go back into the plays. I'm looking at the box score. We'll get it together here in a moment. No balls, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss.
Yeah,
Allred is ahead 0-2.
Patterson grounded out to second base
There it
last
is.
time. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here at the top of the third.
We were talking about FFA, and it has been an instrumental program for a lot of kids. Pitch on the way, and that one is fouled off down the right side. It really has been an outlet for a lot of kids who, back when you and I were in high school, would not really have had a club or after-school activity to participate in. Both high schools have greenhouses now.
Yeah, Rockmart has that big arena as well.
0-2 pitch on the way.
Yeah, he went.
And he does go. So Allred strikes out Patterson to end the inning. Southeast will leave a runner on, but no run scored. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 7-0 is your score. Bulldogs with a big lead over Southeast. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on the home of the Bulldogs. The Big AA, right back after this.
Looking for a good used vehicle? Don't go out of town. Come see the folks at Dingler Motor Company, 526 North Main Street. Bad credit, no problem. Dingler Motor Company can get you back on the road in no time with their in-house financing. Top quality pre-owned late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Stop by and check out their wide selection at 526 North Main Street across from Livewire Surplus. Call them at 770-748-0906. Search them on Facebook at Dingler Motor Co. That's Dingler Motor Company.
Rocky and Patty Tillery, 2 Cedartown High School graduates, and they stayed right here in the county and went into business. They employ right at 100 people, and they've been doing that for a long time. Most of their work is from out of the county, but they want to push our youngsters here, no matter what they're doing, Little League, Pony League, high school baseball, basketball, football, and soccer, and that's Polk County Public Service. They appreciate serving you.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back to Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball as we head to the bottom half of the third. Cedartown with a 7-0 lead. 4 runs for the Dogs in the first, 3 for the Dogs in the second inning. And Heritage, by the way, leads 1-0 over Sonoraville. It's in the top of the third. The bases are loaded there with 2 outs. They actually have a video feed of their game up that I'm watching.
That's awesome.
So, of course, that game is at Sonoraville, and that is there's a lot of people there because Sonoraville, of course, trying to hold on for a chance to win the region, and, of course, Heritage is trying to clinch they can only try to clinch a number 2 seed and hope Cedartown takes care of Sonoraville next week in order for them to be able to do that. So they'd have to win both games today to have a chance to move into that second hole. But if they were to do that, Cedartown would only have to win 1 game next week to clinch the region championship, their 3rd in a row.
Of course, that is not of any concern to this Bulldog team. They're only concerned about just continuing to win game after game.
Oh,
but it is
they
something
control their own destiny.
Exactly, but it is something that you and I can talk about and look forward to, and it is something for the fans to look forward to. That way, you kind of know what you're in store for. Of course, it would. You want to win it as quickly as you can, but how nice would it be for us to have to win it Wednesday at home instead of Monday on the road, so that we can win it here and claim it here? That would be something special. Chance White up to bat for the Bulldogs. It'll be, looks like 8, 9, and 1 due up here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch on the way to White is taken outside, ball 1. Lay still on the mound for Southeast. Gets the sign from MacArthur. Pitch on the way, and that one is a called strike there in the top half of the strike zone. That'll even up the count. 1-1. That one catches the outside corner. Strike 2. So White now in a 1-ball, 2-strike hole. I'm going to look at that one, too. Close. Play comes set, pitch on the way, and that one is going to be a called strike 3 on the way outside corner.
Oh, my.
So that is, I believe, Lay's first strikeout of the afternoon, and it comes against Chance White, and that will bring up double alt, the third baseman, Ace Allen. Oh, no, they've mixed it up, and it's Gavin Allred, and he's coming to the plate to my milkshake. Brings all the boys to the yard. First pitch on the way to Allred. That one is in the dirt, ball 1. This is Allred's first plate appearance of the afternoon. He took over in relief of Xavier Holiday after 2 innings on the mound.
I can tell you that they won't. We'll never hear that in another baseball game ever again.
Absolutely not, unless it's the Savannah Bananas, maybe. Pitch on the way to Allred, and that one catches the outside corner, strike 1.
Or the Macon Bacon.
Lay, I believe, is really getting the benefit of the doubt on that outside corner here lately.
You could say that again.
Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side. The right fielder will drift over. Looks like he's underneath it, and he is for the out. So now we'll go back to the top of the order, and it's going to be number 3, Dylan Cupp.
Heritage, back to the regular music. Here we go. Heritage was able,
number 3,
Sonoraville was able to get out of the bases loaded jam. Heritage left the bases loaded in the top of the third, so it's still 1-0 Heritage on top of Sonoraville as they head to the bottom half of the third over in Calhoun.
Dylan stands in. He's got a triple and a single on the afternoon. And he looks at the first pitch from Lay, and that one is low, ball 1.
How about the cycle today?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but he does have...
He's already halfway there.
Well, and he has one of the hardest parts of the cycle as well already in the triple.
And he can, and Dylan hits doubles.
He hits doubles, and he can hit it out if he wants to. So, Lay comes set, pitch on the way to Cupp, and that one is low and in the dirt. Ball 2. Lay now over the 60 pitch mark as he just threw his 63rd pitch of the afternoon. Cedartown enjoying a 7-0 lead here in the bottom of the third. They plated 4 in the first and 3 in the second. Pitch on the way, and that one is outside, ball 3. However, here in the bottom of the third, they have the bases empty and 2 out.
Go down.
3-0 the count. You would expect Cupp to be taking all the way here. Lay looks into MacArthur, gets the call. Pitch on the way, and that one is outside as well. And Dylan Cupp has walked on 4 straight pitches, and he'll jog down to first base, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Tony Ware.
Yeah, none of those were anywhere close. And
now batting for your Bulldogs, number 13,
Cupp's aboard for the third time.
Ware.
He's already stolen 2 bases today. He could definitely do it again.
Tony has been hit by a pitch and had a sacrifice fly that scored a runner. So he's still looking for his first pitch of the, or first hit, I should say, of the afternoon as he gets ready for the first pitch of the at-bat. Throw to first and Cup is back safely. Tony will stand in. Long look in by Lay. He'll check the runner at first. Cup takes his normal lead. Now pitch on the way, and did they call a balk? I believe he did. So Dylan Cup will go down to second.
Second balk today.
And both of them have come with a runner at first base.
So no pitch, still nothing and nothing.
Lay looks in, checks Cup at second. Now pitch on the way, and that one is hit right back up the middle, and Tony Ware has his first base hit of the afternoon. Cup will round third. The throw in to home is off its mark, and he is there safely, and Tony will go to second on the throw. 8-0 your score, Andrew Carter. Bulldogs up here in the bottom of the third.
First official pitch he sees. He crushes it to center field on that hard line drive, easily scoring. Dylan Cup from second.
Well, he just roped it right back up the middle, right where it came from. And that's going to bring up the third baseman for the Bulldogs, Xavier Holliday. Holliday is 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and would later come around to score. He'll come to the plate with Tony Ware at second base and 2 outs. A big lead out at second by Tony Ware. Lay will check him at second. Now the pitch on the way, and that one is outside, ball 1. More or less low and away as well, I should say. Now Lay's ready to go here. And pitch on the way. That one is also outside. He did not get that call. So Holliday is ahead in the count, 2-0.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, checks the runner at second. Now pitch on the way. And that one is fouled off to the left side, back behind the home dugout, closer to the tennis courts. And it takes the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
Boys tennis will be home for their first round, won't they?
Now that I do not know.
If they finish second in the region,
I would think so. Lay comes set, pitch on the way, and that one is inside. It gets away from MacArthur momentarily, but then it kind of dies right there where the grass and the dirt meet, right behind the catcher, so the runner does not advance.
maybe if Coach Foster is listening, he can tell us.
He might be repairing his mailbox.
Yeah, he might be. No, he'll have to replace it. It was
true.
Obliterated.
There is no repairing. Replacement only. 3-1 the count. Pitch on the way, and that one is stroked to the right side, but the second baseman will move over. He bobbles it, and Xavier Holliday is going to reach.
That's definitely an E4. Should have been an easy play at second base.
Yep, Vega just could not handle it, and so Holliday will be at first and third. And speaking of wrestling walk-up songs, it's the Big Show. And Big Show Eli Barrow. He comes to the plate with a runner at first and third and 2 outs. Barrow 2 for 2 on the afternoon already with 3 RBIs. Let's add to it right here, Andrew. Let's make it a perfect day. Let's go 3 for 3 and pick up another one. First pitch on the way. Runner goes from first, and Xavier Holliday will stand at second base with no throw down to second, so credit him with a stolen base.
Pitch was a strike, and Eli looks to the home plate umpire and kind of smiles and shakes his head.
Yeah, he's... I think the home plate umpire is being a little generous here in his strike zone. Pitch on the way, and that one, no doubt, is a ball, and everybody is going to move up, and Tony Ware will score from third. Xavier Holliday will move over to third, and your score is now 9-0. So the Bulldogs just pouring it on, Andrew.
Cedartown did not score Monday until the second inning. They only put one on the board then, but the Dogs have scored often and early in this game and continue to pour it on.
So Barrow stands in with a count of 1-1, pitch on the way, and that stroke to the left side. It's to the shortstop. He'll fire on to first for the out, and that'll do it for the Bulldogs, but they are able to plate two here in the bottom of the third. We'll go to the top of the fourth. Cedartown with a 9-0 lead over the Southeast Whitfield Raiders. You're listening to CHS Baseball here on the home of the Bulldogs, the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network, the Big AA.
Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for that dream home, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help you find the home you've been looking for. The Hometown Realty team has a reputation for matching people with properties, knowledge of the market, and love of the areas where they work and live. Whether residential, commercial, or land real estate, Rick Baxter of Hometown Realty can help make it happen. Call Rick today at Hometown Realty at 770-505-7766 or directly at 770-547-3139. Find your next home on the web at rickbaxter.net. The winning team at Hometown Realty says, go Dogs.
Have you been to Croker's Hardware and Supply lately? Croker's is the place to find everything you need, from boots to fencing, from plumbing supplies to wood and gas stove fittings, everything, even paint and flooring. Whether you're building or repairing, everything you need is right here at Croker's Hardware on East Avenue. Name brands galore right here in your back door. Orca and Yeti coolers and tumblers, case knives, native eyewear, buck stove grills, and more. At Croker's, you can find everything.
Go by and see the friendly staff there at 1192 Rockmart Highway. That's Croker's Hardware in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Karaoke hour here at the Dog Pound between innings. Yeah, there you go, Sam.
That's all you got.
Very nice. 9-0 to score. Cedartown putting 4 on the board in the first, 3 in the second, and 2 in the third. 4-3-2. How about we put up, put up 1, but it actually be 10 in the next inning?
That's fine with me.
That would be okay, too.
That is absolutely fine with me. Gavin Allred still on the mound for the Bulldogs. He came in relief of Xavier Holiday, who went 2 innings. Only had to face 7 batters, of course, with the season, the region part of the season, and really the season in itself starting to kind of wind down. You're starting to see, and I would expect next game as well, some younger players get in. Brady Inslee will be up to bat to lead things off for Southeast. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 spots due up. Inslee, Cole, and Nava. Inslee picked up a hit for Southeast back in the second inning, I believe. Pitch on the way from Allred is in there for a called strike 1. Actually, it would have been in the first inning when Inslee got his hit. But he's behind in the count, 0-1. Pitch on the way from Allred, and that one is skied high. Denver Nail will drift over. Looks like he's going to take charge on the dirt, actually, and squeeze that one for out number 1. So Allred make short work of Inslee, and will now go to Cole.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 20, Brett Cole.
First baseman for Southeast.
Cole also pitched some on Monday as well in relief of Vega.
First pitch on the way from Allred. Got him to chase one. 0-1 the count. No balls, 1 strike. Nobody on, 1 out. Pitch on the way from Allred, and that one is just a bit outside. Ball 1. What do you think of our new play-by-play guy for the Braves? Absolutely.
Brandon Gaulden, I love it.
I love it.
I love him. He's.
I mean, it's
not that I didn't like Chip. Chip was great too, but Brandon is just a breath of fresh air. High inside ball too. He's a fan and a broadcaster.
He is, and he's a breath of fresh air, like you said. But he also sounds like he's just been doing it his whole life. He is so comfortable. He just fits. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 2.
I think him and Jeff Francoeur have good chemistry, too.
I think they do, too. I've really enjoyed their broadcast. Of course, like you said, wish all the best to Chip as he's now in St. Louis calling games for the Cardinals. But we are very happy with our new broadcaster. Of course, our old friend Logan Maddox, still the play-by-play man, as that one is fouled off for the Rome Braves. So another season under his belt.
He also continues his work with Jacksonville State Athletics, calling games on ESPN Plus for JSU baseball and softball. Did a softball game yesterday.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 1 out. Pitch on the way, and that one is chopped down the third base side, but foul, and the coach tried to make a play on it, but just a little too hot to handle down the hot corner side.
Coach over there kind of...
I think he might regret.
He kind of reminds me a little bit of Charlie Culberson.
He does, doesn't he? He's got the hair going on. Culberson, of course, I'm sure you guys mentioned at some point, but signed a minor league contract with the Braves. He's now back in the organization in Gwinnett, correct?
He is.
We'd love to see him back at Truist Park.
Had some great at-bats and some great play with Atlanta during that successful run over the past several years.
Pitch on the way, and that one is upstairs. Of course, our good buddy that we just talked about, Logan Maddox, is listening tonight, said he appreciates the shout-out, and always go Dogs. You will be hard-pressed to find a bigger Cedartown Bulldog fan than Logan Maddox. Pitch on the way, and that one is a little sweet chin music for ball 4, so Cole will draw the 1-out walk, and that's going to bring up number 4.
Number 4, Jesse Nava.
Jesse Nava, the shortstop for Southeast today. Of course, Chris McKelvey is listening as well. He texted about the girls' soccer game, so we appreciate Chris not only listening in, but also helping us out with some information, letting everybody know what's going on around Cedartown High School sports, athletics all throughout. And that first pitch is in there for a swing and a miss, strike 1. I tell you what, speaking of those two gentlemen, I don't know about you, Andrew, but I am ready to get back to pre-season.
I'm ready for pregame show.
Pre-game, preseason football, regular season football. Oh, and that one hits him. Nava, a little pregame show with our good buddy Chris McKelvey. He's always a good one to have along with just a wealth of information. But really the only information that you need to know right now is Southeast has a runner at first and second for the first time tonight. And only 1 out. And that's going to bring up the catcher, number 22, Grant MacArthur, a distant relative of Douglas.
Yeah, just like I'm a distant relative of Jimmy Carter.
Pitch on the way, outside, ball 1.
I'd like to think I would be related to Gary Carter or Joe Carter, former Major League Baseball greats.
They'll look the runner back at second. No throw, though.
You might recall Joe Carter for the Toronto Blue Jays had that walk-off home run to win the '93 World Series over Philadelphia.
I do not recall that. A little young for that, and that one is hit to the right side. Dingler will back up. It gets underneath his glove, and he loses his glove. And they're going to come home with it. The throw home, and no, the runner will hold at third. So Southeast.
That one kind of handcuffed him over there at first base.
It took a funny hop, and he had to make a kind of a weird move to try to get to that ball, as we've got a mound visit, but it just kind of caught Dingler in a bad spot. So Southeast will have the bases loaded with only 1 out, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Mason Williams. Williams, 0 for 1 on the afternoon, a victim of a strikeout, his first at bat, and he would be the final batter that Xavier Holiday would face. So this will be his first time with a look at Allred. And it'll come with the bases loaded and only 1 out. Southeast yet to play to run as Cedartown has a 9-0 lead right now.
Chris wanted to make sure that we mentioned that he was also the bracket champ as well for our playoff brackets.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
Now,
hey, who won the
number 7, Mason Williams?
Who won our March Madness brackets? I was the organizer, and I don't even know.
I didn't do too good. I know that.
I don't think any of us did. First pitch on the way from Allred is inside. It backs Williams off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. He comes to the plate with the bases loaded. This is the best opportunity that Southeast Whitfield has had all afternoon to score a run. We'll see what they're able to do with it. Allred working quickly, swing and a miss by Williams. Strike 1. Evens up the count 1-1.
I know none of us had UConn in the Final Four.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Or any of the other.
I don't think any of us had
Miami?
No.
Yeah.
No. Pitch on the way from Allred. Just missed.
I mean, that looks pretty good.
I'm going to have to go to the big screen for that one. I think it was just a little bit upstairs, but he is behind in the count now, 2-1. What's the call, fellas?
A little bit high.
Barely, though. Barely. Pitch on the way. That one missed just outside. 3-1 now.
Y'all, we've seen that called strike
today. We have seen that one called a strike today, Andrew, probably 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
3-1 the count, though. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bulldogs up 9-0. Pitch on the way from Allred, and that one is way upstairs, and he loses him. And the Raiders are on the board courtesy of a bases loaded walk.
So there goes the shutout. Nava tags the plate.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 10, Braden Lay.
It'll bring up the starting pitcher, Andrew, in Braden Lay. Lay is 1 for 1 on the afternoon.
Rather, Cole comes to the plate, touches the plate. Nava at third, MacArthur at second, Williams at first base. Base is still loaded.
Pitch on the way from Allred. That one is hit to the right side. If it gets down, it's trouble, but Britt Baxter is there. He'll make the play. The throw into home. Nobody is coming, so everybody will stay put. And it's 2 outs here in the inning.
Yeah, I think people might remember when Britt Baxter was playing left field at Northwest Whitfield, he threw a runner out trying to score to end an inning.
So the Southeast doesn't want a repeat of that. So they'll let everybody stay put, and that'll bring up Johnny Vega, the second baseman. Vega is 0 for 1 on the afternoon, but he comes to the plate this time with the bases full of Raiders and 2 outs. Allred looks in. Pitch on the way. That one's hit to the left side, and that one is trouble. It's past Holiday. It's going to go to left field, but only 1 run is going to score. And so Vega picks up an RBI single, and it's 9-2. Bases still full of Raiders.
So
now batting for the Raiders, number 2, Elijah Couch.
Chris McKelvey made sure to send me the bracket photo so we could work it out. Yeah, so it's okay.
So we could work it out. We could work it out.
Yeah, right.
Top of the order, we'll go to Elijah Couch, the center fielder. He comes to the plate with the bases loaded. 1 for 1 on the afternoon, and that one is inside, ball 1. 1 hit on the afternoon, 1 strikeout on the afternoon for Couch. At least I didn't lose to Myrick this time. I'll take that. A worthy opponent in Chris McKelvey. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Pitch on the way from Allred, and that one is hit right back up the middle. It goes off the pitcher's mound, and everybody is going to be safe, Andrew. Allred, no real good chance, actually, at making a play there as it just kind of rolled up the middle, hit the pitcher's mound, and took a funny little hop to the left side. Dylan Cupp had to charge in on that one. And everybody is safe. It's still loaded, and it's now 9-3.
You know, at what point do you have to say we got to pull the plug here because you don't want Southeast Whitfield to come back and get close. And right now they're down by 5 runs, or by 6 runs rather. But 1 more base hit, and they could make it a ball game again.
First pitch on the way to Patterson is called a strike as it catches the inside corner.
Go ahead, Sam.
I was just going to say Patterson, the right fielder, he's a victim of a strikeout. 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitch on the way from Allred, and that one's hit to the right side. That one's going to get through. They're just playing small ball here. 1 run is going to score, and again, Andrew, the bases are still going to be loaded with 2 out, and it's now 9-4. Southeast plating 4 runs here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, they're going to have to pull the plug here.
They're going to have to.
Can't let this the runs bleed like they have here in this 4th inning, and they will take the ball away. Allred will be done. We'll see who Coach Johnson decides to pull out. Looks like it might be number 17. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. But before we do that, top of the 5th inning, Heritage still with a 1-0 lead over Sonoraville in game 1 of their doubleheader. We'll come back after this word from our Bulldog sponsors. Dogs up by 5, 9-4, but 4 runs have come across in this inning. Back after 60 seconds.
Shop local and save big at Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown. High-quality hand-cut meats and produce and low-priced national brand-name dry groceries and lots more. And while you're there, stop and get something fresh and delicious from the deli. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10%, 430 South College Street in Cedartown across from the post office. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday and 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sundays. That's Penny Pinchers. Cost plus 10% on South College Street in Cedartown.
One of the pillars of a strong community is knowing your neighbors. We believe it's important to know your neighbor. To know that the person down the street selling you your car is the person you'll see grilling with you at the block party. It's important to be a part of a community, and Peach State Ford is proud to be a part of historic Cedartown, Rockmart, and Rome, and even prouder to be rated one of the best in the country in customer service. Nobody knows trucks or people like Peach State Ford.
2076 Rockmart Highway, Cedartown, 866-872-6660.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball on the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. 4 runs have come across for the Raiders here in the 4th inning off of Gavin Allred. He is relieved, and the Bulldogs will bring on Cole Cochran, number 17, to be the new pitcher. So close the book on Allred. He goes an inning and 2/3, gives up 4 runs, 4 hits. Only one of those runs was earned, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So we have seen Cochran several times this year. The Dogs are going to have to rely on one of these guys to be the 3rd starter because Reese Tanner is not available and probably will not be available the rest of the season to pitch. He could still be hitting. He's got a little elbow issue going on. But so somebody's going to have to step up to be the 3rd starter for the Bulldogs, especially when we get to the playoffs.
And Cochran here, Andrew, he inherits a mess. Bases full of Raiders. 2 outs and already 4 runs.
Yeah, he only has to get 1 out, and I think he could certainly do that.
He's got to get 1.
That's all you need.
So Cochran will look into Barrow, gets the sign, pitch on the way, and that's in there for a called strike 1 against number 6, Jesse Nava.
Cochran throwing that sidearm pitch definitely is something.
Or no, excuse me, Brady Inslee. I'm sorry.
A completely different look than what they've seen.
And that one is hit to the right side, but right to Xavier Holiday. He drops it for a moment, recovers and goes to 3rd and steps on 3rd for the 3rd out.
There we go.
Southeast is able to plate 4 here in the top of the 4th. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. The Bulldogs still lead. Your score, 9-4. You're listening to CHS Baseball here on the home of the Bulldogs, the Big AA.
Live Wire Surplus. Stop in today at 546 North Main Street. New items are arriving all the time. At Live Wire, they have unbelievable deals on lawnmowers, weed eaters, and leaf blowers. But that's not all. How about your patio? Live Wire has top-of-the-line grills, patio tables and chairs, fire pits, and so much more. All fresh off the truck, brand new, still packaged, and priced to sell. Live Wire Surplus, 678-861-5021. Take your truck. You're going to need it to load up on the savings. Coverage of Cedartown High School Bulldogs baseball on the Big AA is brought to you in part by Republican State Representative Trey Kelly of Cedartown.
This is Representative Trey Kelly. I want to wish all the players and coaches a safe and successful season. You've worked hard to represent us on the field, and I'm proud to represent you in the Georgia House of Representatives. Again, this is Representative Trey Kelly, and I want to thank you for listening to the Big AA. Go Dogs!
This announcement paid for by State Representative Trey Kelly, kellyforhouse.com.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Little Ray Stevens jamming down here between innings. Bottom half of the 4th. It is a 9-4 lead for the Bulldogs. New pitcher is Hampton. He's out there to pitch the southpaw, throwing for the Southeast Whitfield Raiders. So close the book on Lay. Lay goes 3 innings, gives up 8 hits. 9 runs, 8 of them earned, 2 walks, and a strikeout for Lay. So he'll complete his warm-up tosses, a left-handed thrower.
Lay faced 22 batters, Andrew. and threw 75 pitches, 41 which were strikes.
Hampton, kind of a tall, lanky kid out there. Has been throwing, throws, of course, left. And you'll have maybe one or two more tosses here. Before it goes back in. Dogs need to respond in kind after giving up the 4 runs and extend this lead out some more.
Well, it would have been nice if we could have held them where they were, Andrew, and had this one finish in 5. Courtesy of the 10-run rule, if we could have left them there and played it a few more, but that's okay. We'll go back to work here in the bottom of the 4th.
The Bulldogs offense could take care of that here.
It will be, and it looks like we're going to have, 5, 6, and 7 due up, I believe, for the Dogs, and Dingler, Baxter, and Nail. Cole Dingler will come to the plate.
Now batting for your Bulldogs,
1 for 2 on the afternoon
Cole Dingler.
So far. He also has scored a run for the Dogs. And the first pitch on the way from the new pitcher is outside ball 1. Ethan Hampton on the mound now. Still continues to be an absolutely beautiful afternoon here at CHS. That one is well outside of the strike zone as well, Andrew. 2-0 the count now. Bulldogs plated 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, and 2 runs in the third. Pitch on the way, and that one again is outside. Ball 3. See Cole turning around and giving some comments to, I guess, Britt Baxter, who was on deck for the Dogs, and maybe also the dugout. 3-0 the count, pitch on the way, and that one is inside, well inside for ball 4. So Dingler draws a leadoff walk on 4 straight pitches.
Almost hit him.
It did, and that's going to bring up the right fielder for Cedartown, Britt Baxter, who hit a long double earlier in the game, which scored 1.
Now batting for your Bulldogs, number 5, Britt Baxter.
Hank Williams Jr. First pitch on the way to Baxter, and that one is taken in the dirt, ball 1. 1-0 the count on the right fielder for the Bulldogs. Will he start game 2, Andrew, or will they go somewhere else for the starter of game 2?
I think they'll go somewhere else probably.
Pitch on the way, and that one is upstairs, ball 2.
Although Britt, when he pitched on Monday, I mean, he had enough pitches left. I mean, he didn't throw that many. I think something like 50-something pitches against Southeast Whitfield. So, I mean, he might be eligible to pitch, but I don't know if they will go to him or not.
That one is tattooed to the left side, and it is going to stay fair? Yes, it is fair. The runner rounds third. Baxter's on his way to third. Nobody knows what's going on. It's a home run. Britt Baxter with his second home run of the season, and it's a 2-run shot, and it comes here in the bottom of the 4th. A whole lot of confusion with nobody making any calls whatsoever, and now the umpires are going to get together and make a decision. But right now, Britt Baxter is credited with a 2-run home run, and the Bulldogs are up 11-4.
Well, what is there to talk about?
I'm not sure.
Even if it wasn't, I mean, maybe it bounced out for a ground rule double. Maybe that's what they're talking about. But, I mean, that's the call. It's a home run. That's the most – that's a – I don't even know. But it's a homer. It's a home run in the books. That's right. I don't think it actually went out of the ballpark.
I couldn't see it. I'm gonna be honest. I lost it in the sun, and from my viewpoint, I have some trouble seeing down that side, anyways. But we'll count it. 11-4. Your score. Denver Nail up to the plate for the Dogs.
Way to go, Britt Baxter, with his second homer of the season, his second homer completely. That is the call. Home run.
Denver 1 for 2 on the afternoon with an RBI. Takes outside ball 1. Well, and if Kelly O'Neill says it's a homer,
Sergeant Dog knows what he's talking about.
I'll take that one to the bank. 1-0 the count. Bases empty, nobody out. Pitch on the way, and that one is skied to the right side. The first baseman will take about 3 steps in right at the grass and then have to drift over at the last moment, but he's there to make the grab. He had to go to his right and almost lost that one, but he makes the squeeze for out number 1. And that is going to bring up number 18.
Is this Peak
for the Dogs, which
now
is
batting
Matthew
for your Bulldogs,
Hensley.
Number 18, Matthew Hensley.
So Hensley comes to the plate for the first time tonight. Bases empty, 1 out. 11-4 your score. Bulldogs on top. First pitch on the way to Hensley, and that one bounces in the dirt about 3 feet short. Ball 1.
Hensley is batting for Chance White. Says on Max Prep, or rather on Game Changer, that he is now playing left field.
Pitch on the way, and that one is inside, ball 2.
And I think Connor Peak might be on deck.
That's my guess. It looks like number 17, maybe. Is that Peak? Is that his number, or is that somebody else? Pitch on the way, and that one is in the dirt, ball 3.
It may be, that's probably going to be Cochran that's batting in the
That's
9th hole.
right.
They've got Allred. They've got Allen. Of course, Allen started the game batting in the 9th hole. Then they had Allred bat one time. They've got Peak listed on there, but I'm pretty sure this is Cochran who will be batting on deck.
Pitch on the way, and that's ball 4. So Matthew Hensley at his first at bat looks at 4 straight pitches and jogs down to first base and draws the 1-out walk, and that will bring up number 17
Now batting
for the
your
Bulldogs, which is
number
going to be
17, Cole
Cochran.
Cochran.
Cochran, of course, is coming in relief and is now pitching for the Bulldogs, so he'll come to the plate for his first plate appearance of the afternoon with a runner at first and 1 out. First pitch on the way from Hampton, swing and a miss by Cochran. Strike 1.
We're probably going to be seeing a lot of substitutions, if not in this game, then in the second game. A lot of young guys getting chances to play.
Pitch on the way from Hampton, and that one is in there for a called strike 1, and then strike 2, I should say, and then the throw down to first. Runner is back safely. That one had some good movement on it from the left-hander. Started inside and then worked back over the plate to catch the inside corner.
Yeah, Sam, that's the best pitch he's thrown today, I think.
I would have to agree with you on that one. So 0-2 the count now on Cochran. Hampton comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is well outside. Ball 1.
Bottom of the 5th, it's 1-0 Heritage over Sonoraville.
Let's go Generals. Your score here is 11-4. Pitch on the way, and that one is inside, and it did not break. Ball got away from MacArthur, but he's able to track it down. Runner will stay at first, and the count is now even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bulldogs have already been able to strike for 2 here in the bottom of the 4th with the Britt Baxter 2-run shot to the left side that had everybody confused, including the umpires. 2-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Hit up the right side, and that one is going to be down for a base hit.
Way to go, Cole.
You don't get any better than that. You just serve it up over to the right side, moves the runner up. Everybody's safe. Everybody's happy. And the Bulldogs have runners at first and second with only 1 out. We'll go to the top of the order in the ever so dangerous Dylan Cup.
Now batting for your Bulldogs.
2 for 2 is Dylan. 3 runs scored. He's walked 1 time already.
Started the game off with a big-time triple. He'll come to the plate now with 2 on and 1 out. Hampton gets set. Pitch on the way to Cup. That one's in the dirt, and it's loose. MacArthur's not going to be able to stop that one, and the runners will all move up. And the Bulldogs have runners in scoring position at second and third now with only 1 out. There's a fly in here, Andrew.
At least it's not a wasp.
That's true. 1 ball, no strike.
Jamie Newsom and I had to kill 2 or 3 of them.
That one's in the dirt as well. Good stop there by MacArthur this time. Keeps it in front of him. Nobody able to advance, but it's 2-0.
I say Jamie and I had to kill a couple of wasps. Jamie.
Jamie had to kill
a couple of
there
wasps.
You go.
I let the professional take care of that. Hensley at third and Cochran's at second. Dylan Cup with a big opportunity here to bust the game even farther open.
He's ahead in the count, 2-0, and watches that one come inside, run in on him, 3 balls, no strikes. His last at bat was a 3-0 count, and he would look at a ball 4 and jog down to first base. I wouldn't mind that here either, or if he wants to put one in plate a few here would be nice as well. Pitch on the way, hit to the right side, but that one is going to be foul.
Green light on 3-0. I like it.
When you're swinging the bat as well as Dylan is, and you've got an 11-4 lead, I like it as well, Andrew. I like it. The Atlanta Hawks secured their playoff spot last night with a kind of an upset victory, I think, over the Miami Heat down in Miami. So they are the 7th seed out of the East, and that one is tattooed to the left side. It's going to be deep. It's going to be way back, and it is gone. Dylan Cup strikes again. A 3-run home run here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Bulldogs have a 14-4 lead. My goodness.
That ball was destroyed. Well, he's a double away from the cycle.
Yes, he is.
Yes. But honestly, I don't know if we'll get that far.
I don't know if we will either.
3-run home run for the senior.
There's your 10 runs right there, which is what we were aiming for back when we had a 9-0 lead. So we'll see what we're able to do here. And Andrew, we've still got life to add to it. Tony Ware will come to the plate with the bases empty. It's still only 1 out. Ware 1 for 1 on the afternoon. He's also walked once, has 2 RBIs, and has scored 2 runs. Pitch on the way to Ware, outside, ball 1. That one was both high and outside.
So Norville has tied the game 1-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Game 2 of that series, first of their doubleheader.
Pitch on the way to Ware, big swing and a miss. That'll even up the count. 1-1. Tony Ware wanted to hit one of those Dylan Cup shots. Say, look at me, coach.
A Cup special.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Base is empty. Pitch on the way. And that one is low, ball 2. 5 runs have already scored here in the bottom of the 4th, and all 5 have been courtesy of the long ball. Brent Baxter with a 2-run shot, and then Dylan Cup with a 3-run shot. Pitch on the way to Ware. That one's hit right back up the middle, and Tony Ware is going to have another base hit.
About beheaded the pitcher right there. That ball came right at his head. A big, hard single right back where it came from.
That's going to bring up Xavier Holiday. He's going to come to the plate with a runner at first and only 1 out.
Number 4, X Holiday.
Holiday is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch, and he's come around to score once. And it looks like we're going to have a visit from the coach. I'm not sure if it's a pitching change or just a conversation, and it is a pitching change. So the Raiders will change things up at the pitcher's mound. It looks like it's going to be number 6. And that's going to be Brady Inslee, the starting third baseman for Southeast. We'll take a bit of a break as Inslee makes his warm-up tosses. The Bulldogs have a big 14-4 lead. We're in the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Cedartown High School Baseball here on the home of the Bulldogs, the Cedartown Bulldogs Sports Network. The Big AA will be back right after this.
Ed's Cleaners in downtown Cedartown offers many different services. They dry clean, press your already washed garments, and fold and wash your clothes. They also launder and press your clothes with or without starch. They have an alterations expert on staff, and they can tailor your garments to you or simply replace buttons. They specialize in leather garment cleaning and preserving wedding gowns. Ed's offers next-day service where most in the industry do not anymore. As you know, Ed's loves their customers and strives to give them the best experience possible when they visit us. That's Ed's Cleaners in historic downtown Cedartown. Stop in today.
Hey, it's the Border Mexican Restaurant located at 718 North Main Street right here in Cedartown. Their phone number 678-246-1031. They serve a wide variety of your favorite Mexican food made fresh daily. Great food, great fun. It's great for the whole family. Come see us at the Border Restaurant right here on Main Street in Cedartown. Or you can call for takeout at 678-246-1031. The Border Mexican Restaurant is the best Mexican food north of the border. That's the Border Restaurant right here in Cedartown.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Oh, man, the streak.
Ray Stevens take two. It's a big 14-4 lead here at the Dog Pound, Andrew. Ray Stevens is playing loud and proud, and it's a beautiful day, a perfect afternoon for high school baseball as the Bulldogs with a big lead over Southeast Whitfield.
New pitcher is number 6. That is the it's Inslee who takes over on the mound, the
third baseman. So Holiday stands in.
He is the third pitcher for them.
And first pitch on the way is taken up and away, ball 1.
2 home runs in this ball game, one, and I guess we'll call it inside the Parker.
That one is way upstairs, gets away from MacArthur. And Tony Ware will jog down to second base. He'll advance on the wild pitch pass ball, however you want to score that one.
And I mean, it may have been over the fence, but we couldn't see it.
We could not see it. So I'm going to say that it landed in the middle of the island out there.
So they may have gone over the fence.
I'll give it to him.
I will too. Of course, Dylan Cups was a no doubter.
No doubter. And that one is fouled straight back. 2-1 now the count on Holiday.
The way that Britt's homer was hit, I thought it was going to get out of here anyway, but we didn't see an immediate sign from any of the officials.
No. None.
But Britt did what he was supposed to do. He just kept on rounding the bases.
Absolutely. 2-1 the count on Holiday. Pitch on the way. That one just misses outside, ball 3.
I mean, all they can do is tell you to go back to second base if it's a ground rule double.
That's true. And they didn't tell him so.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's in our eyes, too. It's that time of day where it's in everybody's faces.
3-1 pitch is taken outside, and Xavier Holiday will reach on a walk, so he'll jog down to first base, and the Bulldogs once again have runners at first and second. And it's bringing up another man that could hit one way out of here in Eli Barrow.
Now batting
the Big Show
number
Barrow.
12, Eli Barrow.
If we could hit 3 home runs in 1 inning, when's the last time that's happened? And if anybody can do it, it's the man standing at the plate right now. He comes to the plate with the runners at first and second. Having a fantastic afternoon already, and he goes up hacking at that one and fouls it back. Barrow is 2 for 3 on the afternoon. 3 RBIs. Let's make it 3 more right here. He's in the hole 0-1, though, against Brady Inslee. Inslee comes set. Pitch on the way, and that one is hit to the right side. It's not going to get out of here. The right fielder, though, is going to have to turn, and he does make the squeeze. Runners will move up from second to third. Holiday is going to stay put right at first. And Barrow is able to move the runner closer, but it is out number 2. That'll bring up number 8 for the Bulldogs, Cole Dingler.
Well, he hit it good, too. He just got underneath it.
Cole Dingler.
Dingler 1 for 2 on the afternoon, 2 runs scored.
Now, this is a kid I would love to see hit it out of here.
Absolutely. Cole's also walked once this afternoon. Inslee checks the runner at first, gets the sign, runner goes. Pitch on the way, and that's in there for called strike 1, and Xavier Holiday will stand at second base with no throwdown. What's the special downstairs for today? Anybody know?
Upstairs,
Ooh,
chocolate
Chocolate Delight.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, those cakes are to die for. Those are sheet cakes, too.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way to Dingler. Ooh. I think the umpire's ready to go home, boys. He's got a curfew to keep. That one's called strike 2. Oh, we'll just watch the replay on the big screen. 1 and 2 the count now. 2 on, 2 out. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and that will do it, but not before the Bulldogs are able to plate 5 runs here in the bottom of the 4th. We leave 2 on, but it's a 14-4 lead. We'll go to the top of the 5th. You're listening to CHS Baseball here on the home of Bulldog Sports. It's the Cedartown Bulldog Sports Network and Ray Stevens right here from the Dog Pound. Be back after this.
Bradford's Drug Store on North Main Street in Cedartown is your locally owned and operated Good Neighbor Pharmacy. Bradford's accepts most prescription plans, and remember Bradford's for all of your gift and decor needs. Bradford's pharmacist takes time to get to know you, explain your medication, and answer any questions that you may have. Go by and see Bill Brewster and all the fine folks at Bradford's the next time you need a prescription filled. Also use their convenient drive-thru. Bradford's Drug Store, 500 North Main Street, Cedartown, 770-748-3100. And all the folks at Bradford say, go Dogs. Cedar Valley Golf Course has been the place to play golf in Cedartown and Polk County for nearly a century. Locally owned and operated since 1924, Cedar Valley Golf Course offers 18 holes of some of the most beautiful fairways and greens in the area. Cedar Valley Golf Course is a proud supporter of the Cedartown High School Bulldogs and the greater Cedartown and Polk County region. Call for tee time 770-748-9671, located just south of Cedartown at 1811 Buchanan Highway. Cedartown's original golf course, Cedar Valley Golf Course.
Cedartown High School Baseball is on the Big AA.
Welcome back, Cedartown Bulldogs Baseball, as we head now to the top of the 5th inning. This could be the last inning if the Dogs can hold it right here. It's a 14-4 lead, a 10-run lead for Cedartown, and Cedartown offense really playing well, and we'll see if the Bulldogs can pick up the series win and go for the sweep in the second game of the doubleheader today.
We'll see what Cole Cochran can do here. He had a pretty good
now batting for the
outing,
Raiders, number 20,
I guess, there in the
Cole.
top of the 4th. He only had to face one batter, but he came in and got things taken care of. It's going to be the 4, 5, and 6 spots due up for Southeast here in the top of the 5th. Brett Cole will come to the plate. Cole is 0 for 1 on the afternoon so far. Bulldogs will match with their own Cole, and it's Cole Cochran who fires one in there for strike 1. Cochran has walked and would later, Cole has walked and would later come around to score, as that one is in the dirt for ball 1.
I would think that for game 3, first the 1-1 pitch.
Watch out. Tattooed down the first base side, but foul. Almost took out the coach there in the coach's box. He might take a few steps backwards after that one.
For the final game of the series, doubleheader today, probably going to see either Matthew Hensley or maybe even the crafty lefty get the start.
Pitch on the way, and that one is hit down the right side, and again foul. This time not going to endanger the coach. Either direction that Coach Johnson decides to go with, you would think, though, we would still be in good shape against this Southeast team, who only has 1 win on the season so far, as that one's taken outside ball 2. They are 1-22, unfortunately, on the season. Just a tough season for Southeast. Of course, we mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. Their only win this season so far came against Northwest Whitfield in the Bruins, as that one's chopped down the third base side, but foul. And Andrew, you mentioned that it was the first time that they had beaten the Bruins in baseball in
many years. Yeah,
almost 2 decades, or right at 2 decades.
At Sonoraville in the top of the 6th, Sonoraville has taken a 3-1 lead over Heritage. So it looks like it's going to be shaping up to be a decisive series next week.
2-2 the count. Pitch on the way, and that one is in the dirt for ball 3. So count now full on Brett Cole. Cole, the first baseman for this Raiders squad. Payoff pitch on the way from Cochran. That one is outside. Lost him ball 4. So Brett Cole draws the leadoff walk, and that's going to bring up number 4, Jesse
now
Nava.
For the Raiders, number 4, Jesse Nava.
Nava, the shortstop this afternoon here in game 1 of the afternoon, game 2 of the series. He's 0 for 1 with 1 strikeout. Pitch on the way. Called strike 1 on the outside corner. You know, some chocolate delight just sounds
delightful.
Like a delight. And that one is fouled off of his ankle. Caught him on the left ankle there, just on the inside part, and he is going to try to walk that one off. That one hurt. Still pretty ginger on it, but he'll shake it off and stand in, and the count's 0-2. Love to get a strikeout here from Cochran. Pitch on the way. There it is. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and Nava is down on strikes. That'll bring up the number 6 spot, and the catcher number 22, Grant MacArthur.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 22, Grant MacArthur.
That just locked him up. I mean, just locked him up.
MacArthur 1 for 2 on the afternoon and has scored a run. Looks at a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Cochran is finding some success out there, and as long as the umpire is going to call it, he's going to live out there. Of course, that umpire has been favorable to that call all afternoon long. 0-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Goes inside. This one is hit softly to Denver Nail. They'll go to second for 1, on to first for 2. And it's a 4-6-3 to get us out of the inning.
And that's the ball game.
And that's the ball game. So the Bulldogs win game 1 of the afternoon, game 2 of the series. They have officially won the series with a win here by a final score of 14-4. Andrew, do we want to take a break and come back and look at the game 1 stats, or how you want to do that?
I think we can just do that right now.
Let's do it.
Then we can go get us some chocolate delight here.
I'm all for it.
Cedartown 14-4 winners, 14 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. For Southeast, 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. All 4 of their runs coming in the top of the 4th inning. But the Bulldogs able to pick up the series win. The most important thing, though, is that Cedartown is 11-0 in region play, still undefeated, and going for the sweep and locking in what could be a battle for first and second place next week.
Big home runs by Britt Baxter and Dylan Cupp as well, so the offense was cooking. The bats were hot. We'll see if they stay hot for game 2, Andrew. We would expect game 2 to get underway in, around 30 minutes from now, maybe even a little bit less. We're right at 6:52, so hopefully we will go back to work around 7:20, 7:30 possibly.
Sometime around there, should be close to 7:30. We'll have that for you here on the Big Double A, of course. Facebook Live, YouTube, and the NFHS Network on separate videos, so be sure to join us for that coming up this evening for Game 12 of Region Play, looking for that 12th win. He's Sam Branch. I'm Andrew Carter. Remember, when the Bulldogs play, you'll hear them on the Big Double A. Game 2 coming your way at about 7:30 or a little close to that, right here on your hometown radio station, your home of the Cedartown Bulldogs, the Big Double A.